All right, let's talk about something that sounds easy, but is actually surprisingly tricky. Selling armchairs online. Now, this is a market with huge potential, but get it wrong and you could end up with a garage full of beautiful but unsold furniture. So let's break down how to get it right from the get-go.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It really gets to the heart of the problem. But here's the good news. While the challenges are unique, the solutions, they're actually a lot more straightforward than you might think.
So let's look at the two sides of this whole thing. The challenges are pretty obvious, right? These things are bulky to ship, people can't plop down in them to test for comfort, and oh man, returns can be a real headache. But the upside is huge. Think about it. The people looking for an armchair aren't just browsing, they have a mission. They need to fill that empty corner or they're dreaming of the perfect reading nook. If you can earn their trust, they are ready to buy.
Okay, so where do you even start? The single most important first step is to specialize. If you just try to sell armchairs, you're competing with, well, everyone. To really stand out, you've got to find your niche, your own little corner of the market.
And here are some fantastic examples of what that looks like. You're not just selling a chair, you're selling a solution. Are you the go-to for small space armchairs for tiny city apartments? Or are you the expert in creating the ultimate comfy reading chair? See, focusing on what the customer needs is so much more powerful than just focusing on a style, and it makes your marketing a whole lot easier.
All right, next up, you've got to decide on your selling model. How are you actually going to do this? Are you going to be a retailer, selling brand new, consistent products? That's scalable. Or maybe you'll go the made-to-order route, offering custom fabrics for a premium price. Less stock risk there. Then there's the third option, refurbishing amazing, one-of-a-kind vintage pieces. That can mean great margins. Each path has its pros and cons, so you need to figure out what fits you best.
Okay, you've got your niche, you've got your model, now it's time to actually pick your products. And here is a piece of advice I cannot stress enough. Do not overwhelm your customers. We've all been there, right? Too many choices can be really stressful. Your job is to make it easy for them with a small, carefully chosen, focused collection.
And this is a perfect example of what a smart starter range looks like. You're covering all the bases. You've got one for small spaces, one for reading, a super comfy sink-in one, and that one special statement chair. And notice that last point, curated fabric choices. This is key. Give them 50 options and they might just click away. Give them 3 or 4 beautiful, well-chosen ones. That makes the decision easy and actually helps you make the sale.
Okay, think of this table as your secret weapon. Seriously, it's how you write product descriptions that actually work. So take that small space chair, you're going to highlight its compact dimensions for sure, but you also need to tackle the big question in their mind. Yeah, but is it actually comfortable? By knowing their objections ahead of time, you can answer their questions before they even have to ask.
And that leads us right into what is probably the single biggest hurdle of selling something expensive online: building trust. You don't have a physical showroom where they can come and kick the tires, so to speak. Your website has to do all the heavy lifting to make them feel confident and secure.
Here's the problem, plain and simple. People can't actually sit in the armchair before they buy it. So your product page, it has to do that job for them. You're not just selling an object, you're selling the feeling of sinking into that chair after a long day. The comfort, the texture. Your website has to make that real.
And that all starts with your photos. Look, one pretty picture is not going to cut it. You need a whole gallery. You need the front and a 45-degree angle, of course, but you also need a side profile, so they can see how deep it is, a super close-up of the fabric so they can almost feel the texture through the screen, and absolutely crucial, a shot of it in a room so they can understand the scale. And don't forget the details, like the legs.
Now, great photos are one thing, but you also have to give them all the info they need, and I mean all of it. Don't just list the width and depth, tell them the seat height. That's so important. Don't just say linen blend, describe the texture, the weave, and be honest about the comfort level. Is it firm and supportive, or is it that soft, sink-in kind of feel? The more info you give, the more confident they'll be.
But out of all the questions, there is one giant hesitation that can stop a sale dead in its tracks. And that question is, will it fit through my door? Seriously, this is the #1 fear for anyone buying big furniture online. If you don't tackle this head-on, you are going to lose sales, period.
The solution is so simple. You just create a little will it fit box right there on the product page. Tell them the minimum doorway width they need, Give them the box dimensions, let them know if the legs come off, that can be a game changer, and list the weight. This one simple thing removes that huge fear and gives them the confidence to click buy.
All right, so you've done it. You built trust, they clicked buy, and they made the purchase. Awesome. But now comes the part that can make or break the entire experience: delivery and returns. This isn't just an afterthought, folks. This is a critical part of your business.
And let's talk about returns for a second. You might be tempted to hide your returns policy or make it super complicated. Don't do that. A calm, clear, and fair returns policy is one of your best sales tools. I mean it. It tells the customer, hey, we're confident in our product and we've got your back. It builds trust before they even add it to the cart.
Okay, let's bring this all home. You've got your niche, you've picked your products, you've figured out your logistics. The last piece of the puzzle is building your actual online shop, your digital showroom. Think about it. You're asking someone to spend a good amount of money on something they've never seen in person. So, your website has to look the part. A professional-looking shop with beautiful photos and clear navigation isn't just a nice-to-have. It's non-negotiable. It signals that you're a serious, trustworthy business.
And if the thought of building a whole website from scratch gives you a headache, you're not alone. The good news is there are services out there designed to take away all that tech stress. The source we're looking at today mentions one called Make Local for Global, which is basically a done-for-you service that gets your shop built and launched. And what's interesting about their model is the pricing. It's just a simple flat fee per year. For someone just starting out, knowing exactly what your costs are without a surprise monthly bill can be a huge advantage.
And a plan like this pretty much includes the whole shebang. They'll design and build the store for you, handle the domain and hosting, set up your business email, get your payments sorted, you can list as many products as you want, and you get support. It's really designed to take away all those tech roadblocks that stop so many people from ever getting started.
So there you have it. We've covered all the key steps, from finding your perfect niche to building a store that people trust. The path forward is pretty clear. Now the real question is, are you ready to stop planning and finally start selling?